This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 2004 Ford F250 Super Duty Super Cab. It's a 4-door extra cab, short bed, 6.0 turbo diesel, 4-wheel drive, and it's a Lariat, which is leather. Has 259,800 miles. It's a clear title, theft recovery from Oklahoma City. Really good running truck. In fact, when we got it here, because of the miles, we decided that we would do the bulletproof package on it before we sold it. It's just a and then we got even luckier. When we started to do the bulletproof EGR cooler and the Ford oil cooler, we discovered that somebody had already done head studs on it. So it's already had head studs done on it. And then we did the bulletproof EGR cooler and the Ford oil cooler. New coolant, new Rotella oil and filter, gaskets, all that stuff's new on a motor that was already studded. So, mechanically speaking, this thing is outstanding. Now, we didn't do the injectors or anything, so I mean, there's a chance that you might need an injector in the future, but the EGR issue, these are famous for, is handled in a really big way. Anyway, we get them here, we do an inspection. This is what they look like, and I will say right here, there's no cat or muffler. You diesel people know why. If you need it for your emissions in your state, we will do that. If you want to add $400 for a catalytic converter, or $550 for the catalytic converter and muffler, we'll do that for you. It's either $400 or $550 depending on what you want to do, or nothing. Okay, you may want to ship it to your state and you have other regulations, other things going on. If an Arizona resident buys this, that's going to be mandatory, at least the $400. That's all I would do as the cat. You don't need a muffler, but that's what I would do if I were you, but that's up to you. The minute we put the cats and mufflers on these things, people take them off, which is why we don't do them. Because inevitably they come off 10 minutes after they show up at somebody's house by a shipping truck, or after they drive home. So that's the deal. The notes here from my mechanic: head studs done previously. That's very good. Discovered when installing bulletproof package. Okay, so this truck does have a bulletproof EGR cooler now. It has a Ford oil cooler with gasket and EGR tube. Rotella oil and filter, new coolant. Overflow tank had a crack in it, so that's new. Upper and lower fuel filters are new, and both batteries are new. Cosmetically, it's got a few dings and nicks, and it's had a little bit of paint work. It's still a really good looking truck, but we're selling this. This is just a mechanical beast. You know, obviously it's got 259,000 miles on it, so we can't tell you it's not going to break, you know, the day you get it. But the likelihood of it breaking the day you get it is pretty damn small, given that the issue they're known for is handled already. My brother's going to take this thing out for pictures. In those pictures, you'll be able to zoom in on these pictures. You'll be able to see stuff like this. It looks like maybe a minor hail damage on the hood. I mean, if you're buying this truck for cosmetics, keep going. Find another one. It's a good looking truck. I don't have a problem with it, but you know, people who are looking for cosmetic, you know, beauties would probably shy away from this thing. Stuff like that. So anyway, just look at the pictures. It looks like at least probably the whole bed has been painted sometime. It's not bad. It looks somewhere between a Mako paint job and a higher level paint job, but yeah, I don't know. Let the pictures speak for themselves. That way there's no one angry, and we really insist that you please use a little device that allows you to zoom in. It's pretty cool. It's like putting your face a couple inches away from the car, truck in this case. Do have a nice spare. There's your tow package. Tires are really good. I would say that front and rear, probably at least 60 or 70% tread. You don't need tires. Let's see. We have a remote. That's on unlocked. I'm gonna fire it up. We're gonna look under the hood. $250,987 miles. We want to do. No blow by at all. That is very good. There's your Ford stamp on the fender. New battery on this side. Ford stamp right there. Ford stamp right there. Ford stamp right there. New battery. The Ford stamps matter because that'll indicate that nothing's been replaced up here. If anything's ever been wrecked, they don't put Ford fenders or Ford door supports. They get aftermarket Korean stuff, and that's why the Ford stamps matter. Airbox, aftermarket airbox. Alrighty then. It's really good. Door panel looks good. Window up and down. Door locks. They work fine. It's a manual seat on this side. This is in the dye. It's not gonna tear through. Just that's all dye. A little bit of paint there. I'm going to see if I can't get my mobile repair guy to come in and dye these seats a little bit, make it look a little bit better. If you buy this truck and you're really interested in having that done, remind me, and we can get that done before it ships out or before you come pick it up and drive it home. In fact, I'm just going to have it done because I see this too. He can repair this. This is all going to get dyed, and then I'll fill this in and repair that. The trunk is a little bit too nice to have that going on, so we're going to have that done. Let's get there. There's the driver window, passenger window, door lock. Seat forward. Seat back, seat cushion up, seat cushion down. That all works fine. Make sure there's no secrets under there. Apparently there must have been a hole in here because we have a new heel pad put in. I guess my guys thought that this wasn't worth doing, but on this truck I think it's very much worth doing. That was probably before we discovered that it had a studded motor. Which is huge. Very important. Alright, it does have power pedals right here. Up, down. Let's see, what else we got here? Does this stupid thing work? Of course not. These things are junk. Don't even bother. You can buy these little displays. They plug in here for $29 on eBay, and they last for a couple months. Notorious and not worth fixing. Don't fix it. We're not gonna fix it. All right, there's tow. You see tow there? That's on and off. I'm doing that right there. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. We tilt the wheel down. That works fine. Cruise control there. Air's blowing ice cold. It's still a nice warm day in October. On the East Coast, you probably don't want to hear that. I'm not trying to rub it in, just saying. All right. That's for low. That's in reverse. Okay. We're going to go to 4 high. Now we're in 4 high. It's in drive. That's in reverse. Perfect. All right, I'll put it in neutral. Now back to 2-wheel drive. I'm gonna back up a little bit because it says that's parking sensors. So let's make sure. About half the time parking sensors don't work. So let's see. That one works. All right, there you go. Does have working parking sensors. All right, if you come to Tucson to drive it home, you're gonna pay tax and dock fees. Dock fee is $250. Tax is 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate. So if you come here, basically add 2% to your state tax rate and then add a $250 dock fee, and you'll know what you're paying. If you pay by wire and ship, all you're paying is the agreed upon price, and that's it. Once we receive your wire, we'll fill out the title with your name or your company's name and address. We'll sign it off, notarize the title. We'll even scan the notarized side of the title into your online file so you'll have it before it even gets in the mail. We even scan in the envelope we mail it in, okay? So you'll be able to see that before it even goes to the mail. Then, of course, we mail it off to you. You get the truck shipped to wherever you want it shipped, and then you take the title and the truck into motor vehicles wherever you are and pay whatever you pay them. Deposit is $500. Once we receive the deposit, we will put your name in a banner over the truck at wheelkinetics.com, and you'll know it's yours. Until then, it's for sale. So make sure you get that deposit in. Because this is a studded, bulletproof motor, and because it's a pretty good looking truck, I mean, I kind of throw them under the bus with my descriptions, just because we don't want people disappointed. So I'd rather let the picture speak for themselves, but in the videos, it's best for me to throw them under the bus, probably more than they should be, just so that we get the right guy in the right vehicle. So to do that, I always make it seem a little worse than it is. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. My warranty speech. Obviously, it's got almost 251,000 miles on it. It's out of warranty by many years and many miles. Now, we have been in the motor and we've seen what it looks like. Now, we don't know what's going to happen to injectors, obviously, but with the fact that we had a studded motor before tells you that it was maintained well. And then the fact that we've already done the bulletproof EGR and the cooler bodes well for this vehicle. I mean, very well. I would say motor-wise, the worst that can happen is you need an injector at some point. And who knows, it could be the day you get it. And if it is, then go get one. What we're basically saying is this is not a risk-free adventure. You're saving a bunch of money buying through us, buying online, because we have, 3 employees on the property and 70 vehicles. That's how we can do it. But we don't know what's going to happen to this vehicle because basically the guys at Ford didn't know either. So we don't know as much as they know, and they built it. We're experts on the subject. We know what's going on here, but we're not Nostradamus. Well, this thing runs good. Now this is a 45 right here, so I'm doing 70, and it runs great, but I don't feel like getting the ticket. One of these days, I'm gonna get whacked, and it's gonna be ugly. Anyway, so I'll get it down to 65. That ought to help. Not much. Anyway, it's not a risk-free adventure. If you want a risk-free thing, then you got to go buy a brand new extra cab Lariat 4x4 with the 6.7, and you're going to pay between 40 and 50 grand, and you'll be bumper to bumper for 3 years, and after that, you're on your own, and you're still going to owe $29,000 or something. That's the beauty of buying this, is you're going to pay a fraction of that amount. But, you're also going to take on some risk. So if you're risk averse, don't buy from us, don't buy anything, because there's risk involved in buying anything we have, okay? If you think that you're going to buy it and it breaks the first day, that you're going to get a check, you're wrong. You're not going to get a check. So take that out of your calculations, okay? Just keeping it real so that everyone knows what they're buying and knows what to stay away from if they don't want to go there, okay? Anyway, that is it. Thank you for your time.